Now, Eva, we gave you pass the first time. You said you forgot. We didn't let you play like you had amnesia. But this season, we ain't letting you do it, girl. You said what you said about Portia. So unless you got knocked upside the head and got a concussion, we ain't gonna be letting you slide with these excuses. Yeah. What's up, you guys? Your girl Gigi is back to talk about another episode of Atlanta Housewives. Another week, another episode. These heifers are in Toronto trying to celebrate Carnival, and things are getting on and cracking. You know, it's the first episode of the trip. We always know that Bravo be giving us like the BS stuff before we really get to the good, which is what we thought was gonna be Nene and Kenya, you know, slap boxing. But we ain't get none of that. We honestly just got a bunch of filler stuff until the last, 10, 20 minutes, till we got to the rooftop situation. But we'll discuss all of that. But before we do your good favor, subscribe to my channel. Okay, we're almost to the 1K mark. And I actually want to surprise you guys and do a special giveaway if y'all can get y'all girl to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the week. By like, sharing, whatever, I will give you guys, something special, for my day ones, go stay ones, from the guys who have been here from the beginning, my special supporters and stuff. If y'all give me to 1K, like I said, I will do a special giveaway for one of you guys. And if it's your first time tuning in to your girl, first time clicking on one of my videos, let me welcome you to Big What's up. Go ahead and join the team by hitting that subscribe button. Okay, so y'all, we're gonna be talking about housewives today. So basically the episode opens up with Portia going to see her sister Lauren. She put on her gotta go good old faithful wig. Yeah, I call it the gotta go wig because it's always that one that you just grab right out the closet before you head out to the streets. And Portia definitely put that on because her sister was playing with her edges in the goddamn store. But but before that, Portia was kind of telling her how things were going, with Dennis. Lauren hasn't been filled in even on, the therapy session. So Portia tells her how things have been going great in therapy. And, so much so that, Dennis wants to give the ring back. And Lauren's like, right, I cheat and then you give the ring back. Okay, that's how that's supposed to work. And, Portia kind of was like, girl, like, no, it's not like that. But it kind of is. Like, Portia, you be letting this man get away with murder. Like, if you're going to keep, like, to keep it all the way funky, like, you saw what that dude could do for you in the beginning. The dude looked like a toad. Ain't nowhere near your caliber. But you saw his little hot dog empire. And the fact that he threw a rollie on your arm and threw a rollie on your baby's arm. It was all entertainment and fun. And you had your foot on the gas all the way from the beginning, even with all the roadblocks that everybody was showing you. You had put your foot on the brake not once, and now that's why you in this mess now. Knocked up and with a nigga who was sending his dick out in the streets. Like, it's not for you, honey, but because you want to be a family and stuff, you're going to give him a second chance, and, like, that's up to you. You do that. But like Lauren said, like, y'all need to go through steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 before you jump from 1 to 10. Like, y'all need to slow it all the way down. Like, actually date and get to know each other. In the beginning, y'all were just kind of like, that basically, honestly, is just the honeymoon lust phase where you're just talking. You're not really, like, getting to know the deep, true stuff about people. So, y'all, that's what y'all need to do before you even let him know where, really move back into that home. But unfortunately, Dennis he got the gift of gab. There's some dudes who just have, that je ne sais quoi. And because he ugly, that's the only thing he can do is have a good personality to get women. So he knows how to, put that laugh and that charm to work on Portia. And every time something happens, don't you notice Portia be like, oh, I had something to drink. Dennis put that Hennessy in front of her face, say a little something funny, and them panties get to dropping. That's how it usually works. And Portia, I'm gonna need you to do a little better than that. So actually, Portia ends up talking about how, Carnival, she's ready to go to Toronto, let loose, forget all the Dennis drama. But unfortunately, she's going to have a situation to address, which is, the Eva situation. She heard from Kandi how she was basically talking smack about her, the whole C-section thing, the blog situation. And it's a shock to her because, they cool. Like, the last they heard, everything was fine. So, she's going to want to address that in Toronto, but doesn't really want to do it a harsh way, obviously, because Eva is still preggers. So speaking of trip, everybody's getting ready. Cynthia called Tanya, talking about, girl, these outfits got stretched because my booty getting big. Basically, girl, I think my butt getting big. Basically, because Mike been doing the snatch from the back there. He been hitting it from the bike. So Cynthia been at her hips getting spread, okay? But and then after that, Portia, speaking of, hips getting spread, Dennis called her tomorrow. Don't go out there having a hot girl summer. Now, nigga, you ain't got not one foot to stand on telling Portia not to have a hot girl summer after the summer you done had. Portia, you was at liberty to do anything you want, okay? be doing stuff and then you got the nerve to try and put a leash on they women. Like, bruh, you gonna miss me with that. So then everybody's at the airport. It is Tanya, Kandi, Cynthia, and I think Eva first, and then like Marlo comes in. And no, Marlo came later, but Tanya was talking to Kandi about Marlo having her boot. And Eva was like, yeah, no, she's been there for 3 months. We've been talking. And Kandi looked at her like, y'all been talking. She's like, yeah, no surprise. I guess at, you know, the wine cellar opening, Eva and Marlo kind of had a cool moment and they've been chill ever since. Now, if you ask me, I think Marlo's pulling the keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer type situation because, one, remember what she said back when Kenya did her dirty at her own little wig event? She's like, at least Eva ain't playing like the fakery. She didn't come here and show up, you know, fake and be dirty to me like Kenya did. And secondly, she can't have no drama with enemies. Like, Marlo is getting just blasted by anybody who is against her. First, Kenya shows up with a second line marching band at her wig event. And two, she remember what happened on the last trip. Eva read her to field, had her edges all the way pushed back. And I don't think Marlo want that to happen again. So she knew to make sure to make up with Eva because she ain't got time to be getting embarrassed, because that's one thing Marlo do not like is getting embarrassed. So, you know, right now she's pulling the nice card with Eva. Eva sees, she's like, I don't know how I feel about this newfound niceness, so I'm gonna keep my good eye on her for, like, I'm gonna watch her with my good eye for real. So then Marlo actually comes up, and, you know, Cynthia was talking about Nene, because Tanya brought up how, you know, she doesn't know for sure if Nene's coming. And Cynthia was like, I wanted to, you know, talk to her. I did try to message her, but my message didn't go through. Obviously, she's blocked or something like that. So she told Marlo to try and message or talk to Nene. And she said she called her, but Nene didn't answer. That's obviously a habit Nene got, which is don't answer nobody phone calls. Because, you know, she's the HBIC and, you know, can't nobody be on her caliber. So out of nowhere, Kenya shows up and says hi to everybody. And was like, hi, Marlo. Girl, Marlo gave her the cold shoulder and just did like, She's still mad, y'all. She is salty. She is Salt Bae. She is not giving Kenya no more time of day after she did her dirty like that. Kenya's marching band moment is going to go down as one of the most, like, recognizable housewives moment ever. And unfortunately, it was at the expense of Marlo. After that, actually, we see somebody walking up in a blonde wig, and guess who it is? It is that bitch from Clark Giovanna walking up in the goddamn wannabe hood Barbie wig, and then turns around with this jean jacket like she in second grade, bedazzled bitch on the back. Like, girl, this is really what we doing. Like, something about her rubs me the wrong way. She just be trying too hard, and it's just, she just be wanting camera time so bad. She's like them girls. Hush. Sit down. Hey, sit down. Sit. Chico. Sit. So rude. Sit. So back to what I was saying. So yeah, Giovanna showed up. Everybody gets on the plane, and it's a smooth sailing trip. Until they get to Toronto and Marlo loses her passport. Now, Marlo and Trips do not go together because last time she lost her baggage, combination of words. She lost her luggage. And this trip, she lost her passport. Now, if you ask me, Marlo, this is just, you know, a lot of karma coming back to bite you in the ass. It's like them little things that be happening that make you think, you know, all the bad, you know, that bad juju I put out in the world is coming back to you, child. But so now she can't even go home right. She got to go to the embassy before she can take a flight home. But everybody gets on the bus. You know, Tanya is excited. Lets everybody know kind of what carnival is. You know, how she grew up. And everybody's like, yeah, that's cool. But bitch, who got the good rooms? And luckily for them, Tanya is a gracious host. She gave everybody the same room. There wasn't going to be no fighting and stuff. Like, Tanya, like, I'm glad she planned this trip because I ain't got time to fight over no rooms and no bougie bitches. Like, it's not that serious. Marlo lucky because she honestly thought she was going to get the bad room because last time Marlo stuck Tanya in the bunk beds. So back in the rooms, Kenya, Cynthia, and Kandi are kind of chilling before they go out to the dance class. And out of nowhere, Cynthia gets a notification from a blogger, I think by the name of B. Scott, if I'm not mistaken. And it is the card that Nene gave her on her wine cellar opening. And it is every word verbatim. So that is what's crazy to me. It's not that it was just like a blanket statement of what was on the card or, you know, a paragraph. I mean, or parentheses, you know, just a quote of what was in the card. It was the whole goddamn thing. So now it's got everybody questioning, did Nene leak this to the blogs? Like, would she really be like that? And Kenya and me was like, yep, she a snake. She did it. You can't trust that bitch. Like, and Cynthia's like, really? Like, she would do that? And now Candy's even like, well, dang, like, this is making the card seem, you know, so insincere now. And Kenya's making a point, like, that's why she did it. She needs everybody to see how sweet she is. You know, basically after the whole group iced her out, she's trying to weasel her way back in. And in the meantime, you know, make sure the whole world sees how nice she is, at, you know, at the same time. Because basically everybody's taking Cynthia's side. So now even Candy's in the confessional like, well, dang, like, Nene, we did see how bad you dogged Cynthia out in the interview. So now all of a sudden you nice and stuff. Like, no, bitch, that's not how it goes. So, I don't know. Like, to me, it's three things. Either one, Nene or somebody on her team leaked it. Two, production. Or three, Kenya. Because now, if you ask me, I wouldn't put it past production to do it because, you know, it goes with the storyline. People in production do have connections with blogs and stuff because that's what gets, you know, the show going with all the teasers and stuff like that, all the information they leak. So, it could be any of those things. But if it was Nene, I also wouldn't put it past that bitch either because, you know, she's shady. She's shady, okay? And at this point, she's doing anything to prove to the world that Cynthia's this, you know, she's nice and Cynthia's this bad person. So Kenya actually ends up talking to Cynthia and Kandi about, you know, the couple's night and all that type of stuff. And Cynthia cut straight to the chase. She like, look, I ain't gonna BS you. What is going on with you and Mark? Because he talking about, oh, Kenya respect me when I'm talking, but then every time you talk, he cut you off. And Kenya's like, bitch, I know. Like, he be doing that all the time. So, you know, obviously her and Mark are going through this, like, just a bad stage. And, you know, Kenya starts putting on the waterworks, oh my God, like, you know, the People's Choice Award acting, you know, it ain't Oscar worthy quite yet. But, you know, she's like, you know, we just been going through a rough patch. It's the lowest we've ever been. And, you know, Cynthia even asked, like, girl, like, are you even happy? Like, is this what you want? And she's like, I just don't know. And then on top of that, after the dinner, Mark goes out with Todd. And so she's like, well, wait a minute. Like, you should be coming home with me because, first of all, you stay in New York. Like, that's all your free time. Like, after you have your restaurant, like, you can go out and rip and run the streets in New York all you want. You barely see your child. So when you at ATL, what you should be doing is coming home to your wife and your kids because you barely ever see them. And I actually agree with Kenya on that part. Or shoot, at least come home and give me a break since I'm watching her 24/7 without no help to you, Mark. So, you know, even Kandi was like, I can't stand that shit. Like, these New York men love doing that. They love going out and drinking and lounging and stuff and just be expecting the women to stay home and, you know, watch the babies. So now, that obviously is a tense situation between them two. So now they get to the dance class. Everybody's having fun. Portia and her booty show up. Portia, y'all, her ass is just huge, okay? Just wide as a can of biscuits. And so Kenya don't show up. She had an emotional time, so everybody says, you know, Cynthia and Kandi said she was sick. She really wasn't, but, you know, she was just emotionally drained, so she didn't show up. Marlo was like, oh, you know, wait a minute, she'll show up with her band any second. I said, Marlo ain't never gonna be able to live that shit down. But, you know, the class starts. It was super fun. Kandi nor Marlo got rhythm. Marlo can't even move her hips. She looks so stiff in them goddamn hips. I don't even know how you be, you know, cashing in with your little johns if you can't move your hip. But you know what? She still got another orifice. What that mouth do, in the famous words of Lil Duval. What that mouth do, though, Marlo? Maybe she got a lot of that, you know, as men like to say. Let me quit. I'm sorry, Marlo. I didn't mean to put you out there, but I mean, we know you be doing it. I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, so then, you know, everybody finishes the dance class, and Eva and Cynthia start talking. So, Eva, you know, was catching up with her. You know, Eva and Cynthia are kind of cool now. So she was like, you know, have you got any more information on Snakegate? And Cynthia still has no, you know, new news. And, you know, her and Mike, you know, were talking about the Kenya situation. Now, Mike obviously is bothered because he's like, bro, if you like her friend and you know I'm getting ready to do this, like, why would you want to spoil it for her? So Eva was like, well, did she know? Now, at this point, Cynthia is unaware that Kenya did have some idea that Mike was proposing. So for her, it's like, nah, she wouldn't do that. She ain't malicious. But girl, your friend really might not be your friend like that. Like, your friend could be happy for you without being happy for you. You know, they only happy for you as long as you not, you know, surpassing them, is what I'm trying to say. And Kenya is definitely one of those girls. So after, you know, the dance class and stuff, everybody's getting dressed for the rooftop, and Eve was on the phone with her husband. No, actually, I gotta talk about this part. This jump made me laugh because Eve looked at Cynthia talking about, girl, like, you could tell you had a lot of sex because look at you, the way you moving and stuff. Cynthia's like, yeah, I am. I said, oh, okay, you putting it out there, you know, her hips are spread because Mike is doing some work on the bike. He just be doing some stuff back there, and Mike might be working with a little something more to Peter, obviously, because her booty just as big as Portia's now. But yeah, back to Eva. She was calling her husband, talking about, you know, the trip is good so far and everything. You know, it's surprising. And literally, as she's doing that, her husband's like, you better knock on wood. And it's like, dun, dun, dun. A car pull up and one big old foot steps out. And this goddamn loose neck Lenithia stepping out to get greeted by Tanya. And, you know, Nene's coming with this all positive energy and like, I want to be good and stuff. You know, Nene's doing everything she can to work her way back in the group. Let's keep it real. Nene, you did not expect yourself to get iced out, even though you treated everybody like dog shit last season during the reunion. You thought you were the HBIC, everything in a bag of chips, the whole goddamn meal. Turns out you was barely the appetizer. Right now, you was soup and breadsticks. That is all you are right now, Nene. So now she's talking to Tanya, and, you know, Tanya's gonna go back and tell the girls, you know, that Nene's finally here. Nene's hoping that at least one of the girls should be able to have an icebreaker with and just, you know, be able to just have a conversation and work things out. So on the rooftop, everybody's showing up. It's Kandi, Marlo, Giovanna come in with whatever outfit she had on, and Portia. And so Marlo's like, where's Kenya? Is she really okay? Do I need to go get her? Kenny was like, bitch, no, you is not getting ready to go get Kenya. Last person to go get her is you. And so, you know, Portia started talking, or actually Kenya finally came in with her little milk duds hanging from her chest. Bruh, Kenya's titties done got big. All that got that milk supply from that baby, just hanging out, hanging out of the dress. But yeah, everybody's there finally, and Portia kind of takes that moment to be like, look, you know, I just want to put some things on the table. And immediately Kandi was like, oh shit, because everybody knows when somebody say that, like, something usually pops off. And Portia's like, I don't want it to end like that. You know, I'm going to be a lot more delicate and stuff, but we need to address the thing so we can knock it out and not basically ruin the rest of the trip. So she looks at Eve and was like, look, I heard that you had some things to say and kind of hurt my feelings. You know, I'm with Kandi and Marlo. And as Marlo's kind of talking about you, I say, no, don't do that. And Kandi's like, well, I wish she would do the same for you. And I'm like, well, what? And she says how, you know, she's talking about my C-section. Or you were like, you know, Eva was talking about her C-section. Talking about, oh, I could afford her to block so she can stop worrying about me. And immediately Eva goes into the goddamn amnesia phase. Who said that? Who said it? Bitch, you said it, Eva. Like, this is the stuff we be trying to like you, Eva, but then you play this goddamn concussion amnesia card, and we can't be rocking with you like that. Like, how do you not remember? So now Portia's like, hush, sit down. Chico, sit. I tell you, hey, sit down. So Portia, like, is Kandi lying? And she's like, well, Portia, I'm telling you, right in front of Kandi, I didn't say that. Now, Bravo messed himself go right into the flashback and slow Eva's words down, talking about the blogs. Like, Eva, I'm sorry, girl, you said it. And Kandi's like, look, Eva, sometimes you get so mad, you just be reading and it come off harsh. And another thing, I'm starting to put Eva and Heavenly in the same, you know, category of, I just keep saying a bunch of shit that sometimes I just forget what even come out of my own goddamn mouth. It's just all about trying to read somebody so hard that, you know, I can't remember what the heck I just said. So now somebody looks at Cynthia, I think it might have been Marlon, was like, Cynthia, did you hear something? Now here goes Cynthia right in the middle of the fence talking about, I don't remember nothing. Cynthia, you know what that bitch said. You know what she said. But I ain't gonna lie, I'll tell you one thing, Cynthia is loyal by default. If she your friend, she gonna ride for you hard. She was like, she was mad, but I don't remember what she said. You remember she was mad, but you couldn't remember the specifics. Like, come on, Cynthia, don't Don't play us. Even Portia was like, what, you remember now? Everybody started laughing because we know Cynthia, she knows how to stay right in the middle. She just does that really well. But Eva finally apologizes, and Portia's like, let me digest it. Because I'm just really hurt. So now Cynthia takes this time to, put her stuff on the table with Kenya. So she looks at Kenya, was like, now look, Mike has a situation. He's kind of upset because he heard that you knew about the proposal, and for you to come and tell me, like, it's kind of messed up. Now here go Kenya and this whole, I'd be having premonitions and stuff. Bitch trying to play Auntie Cleo or something with your little special magic ball, Long Island medium type shit. Like, girl, even Candy looked at her and rolled her neck real hard like, premonition? Bitch, text message ain't no premonition because Candy texted her. So Candy had to shut it down real fast. Be like, look, this what happened. Mike told me stick around. And I even texted Kenya like, hurry up. I think he's going to propose. I don't want you to miss it. And Kenya says, she texts back, I think so too. Well, even if you did think so too, Kenya, why are you going to run back and tell Cynthia? And this is why, like, right when people start liking you, Kenya, we don't know where to go with you because you do some fuck shit like this, and we don't know whether to believe you are malicious or not. Like, you just have this manipulative way about you that can't nobody believe. And as much as I don't want to believe that you was going to sit there and do your friend like that, to me, unfortunately, you're just super selfish, and you think about yourself first. In regards to, I don't think she wanted Candy to have, so-called one up on her, unknowing that Cynthia was getting proposed to. Like, she's her best friend. I'm going to know that she did it first. And so that's why Kenya came running in and couldn't wait to tell her. And having tunnel vision and thinking about herself, Cynthia was collateral damage. Now, had Cynthia ran back to Mike and be like, babe, you ain't thinking about proposing today, are you? Like, he would have spent all that work, bringing his daughters and including them and Noelle and everything, all that work for you to sit there and ruin it, Kenya. So Kenya starts, oh, you're not going to turn this around on me because I ride for that bitch hard. Like, I do everything for her. I'm behind her back, all that type of stuff. Okay, Kenya, all that is nice and dandy, but you still is not even, for one, apologizing really like that. For two, you can't make an excuses like, oh, she knew it was getting ready to happen anyway. So, like, you honestly don't think you did anything wrong. And that's the problem, too. Like, it's just hard to believe when Kenya is genuine or not. And that's why you got to be friends with her from a distance, okay? So now, in the middle of that talking, we see some feet walking up. And I was like, hey, big sis. And here come Nene, loose neck Lenithia come in. And she sit down right beside Kenya. And, bitch, it was crickets. Because don't nobody feel like fucking with Nene right now. Because when Tanya even mentioned her name earlier in the episode, everybody said, ugh, like, why? So that's where the episode ends. And hopefully next week we're really going to see the juice between her and Kenya because it looked real serious. Because Kenya is not going to let Nene just slide into her friend like that. And we just going to see who going to get the blows. So that was the episode. Y'all tell me what you think. Do y'all really think Kenya would do something malicious like that to Cynthia? Do you think... I don't even know, like, do her and Mark even still need to be trying at this point because they just look miserable. But we're going to have to see what happen next week. And y'all drop it in the comments what you thought about the episode. Please like this video. Don't forget to follow your girl at Twitter at gg.0321. And drop a couple dollars on my Cash App if you want to give your girl a little tip or something. It's just going to go right back to you guys. Think of it as an investment. And I will catch you guys on the flip side. Don't forget to subscribe. I will catch you later. Deuces.